Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I mock it, giving you my thoughts, views, and opinions on said mock draft. And today I got a good one, dude. I love Tom Downey from Chat Sports. You're probably familiar with Chat Sports. If not, I'll leave a link in the description below, but they're a much bigger channel than I. I'll also leave Downey's Twitter handle at the bottom. He's actually one of my favorite draft analysis just because the guy's so unapologetic. He's very bold with his takes. He's basically like, here's my take. It just drops it on the table like, have at it, if you will. I love that. I love that. I love guys that are transparent like that. I try to be transparent, but who knows? But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know so, go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content and you want me to grow, blossom like a flower, I suppose. But also, let me know what you think of this draft in the comment section below. I can't wait to go through. I already watched the video through. That way I could get an accurate take on his picks. So let's go ahead and get through this with number one. This is current standings if you're curious about the draft order. And we're going to start with Kayvon Thibodeau going to the Jags. He's the best prospect available, largely for a lot of us. Jags, number one pick. Don't need a quarterback. You got Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, we're going to take Thibodeau. It makes a ton of sense. And then number two, I remember number two being a little... okay, this one's interesting. He goes Detroit. He goes with Evan Neal. You might be like, well, they got Penei Sewell, they got Taylor Decker. Why? You're going to move him to guard? You're going to draft a guard at number two overall? Like, yes, it raises a lot of questions. He was like, he didn't really know what to do with this pick with the Lions. He doesn't feel great about the quarterback class. No one does. And he just went with the best prospect available, which I was like, oh, why not go with, like, I think Kyle Hamilton's a really good fit here. Really good fit, really good pick. So I was like, I feel like you could have done something else with it, especially when we see the next pick here at number 3. He goes with Kyle Hamilton. I'm like, hey, if you wanted to take it at 3, take him at 2, you know? But is what it is. Evan Neal's a wonderful, wonderful prospect regardless. But still, I feel like just go to what you need more, especially if Neal is going to end up serving like a guard role early on. You know, I don't like the idea of that, but I don't mind it. Kyle Hamilton's a wonderful pick if he makes it here to the Eagles, because this is actually the Dolphins pick. Yeah, I traded that. As a Dolphins fan, this hurts. This hurts. But don't worry. Essentially, we just traded 2 first-round picks for Jalen Waddle. Not that I'm mad. Jalen Waddle, great. But you can't help thinking, what if? What if? All right, on to pick 4. Let's see who he has here. Here we go. Derek Stanley going to the Jets. I love this take because he straight out says, let's be honest about this Jets cornerback room. It sucks. And I'm like, dang, dude, you just said that. You just said that. We all thinking it, but he just said it. I don't think it sucks. It's not a bad cornerback room. It's just devoid of talent. And you might be like, okay, you're just sugarcoating suck. Yes, I am. On to the next pick. Plus, by the way, Derek Stanley, I know foot injury, not playing the rest of the season. Great athlete. He is proven. He's destroyed the SEC for 2 seasons. Unless like he has some terrible showing at the combine, I don't think it's going to hurt his stock much at all. Real quick, I want to thank today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you're looking to make a little extra money playing some fantasy football or maybe putting down some player prop bets or some pick'em bets, then download Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code BROSHMO. You get $10 added to your first deposit of $10, which means you put in 10, you have 20 now to go play around with. So support Underdog Fantasy. It supports me. Be sure you use promo code BROSHMO or else it's all for naught. Back to your video. All right, so let's go to this next pick. Aiden Hutchinson going to the Houston Texans. Houston Texans, you're in rebuild mode. Hey, Davis Mills, he looks like a guy that's developing. again, he's kind of struggled in his first few games, and then he had that good game against the Patriots just past weekend. But I mean, there's enough to be like you encouraged. Like it's like, okay, this guy's got the arm talent to make throws at all levels. That's great. I love that. But still, you could tell he's still learning, dude. He had such a small sample size of him at Stanford. Remember, this guy started like maybe 10 games. So Aiden Hutchinson, if that's the next guy on your board, I'm cool with that. I get it. Go with the top guy. They need help at pass rush regardless. Aiden Hutchinson, top 10 prospect. Beautiful. I think this next pick's near and dear to my heart. Giants, Tyler Linderbaum. If you ain't new to the channel, you know I love Tyler Linderbaum. And I love that he mentions this is probably as safe as a pick as you can get. You kind of know what you're getting with him coming into the NFL. Probably center only prospect, but he's going to be a darn good one. It's the truth. And you'd be like, well, they got Nick Gates. What about Nick Gates? That's a beautiful thing about Nick Gates. The guy has played guard. He's played tackle. You can move him around. I guess fortunately for the Giants, some of your guards and tackles suck. So, good. You can move Gates around. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And we're going to continue on to pick 7, being Malik Willis. And you'd be like, that's the Colts. I'm confused. And he brings up, hey, if you're the Colts and you have no shot at the playoffs, bench Carson Wentz. Why would you continue to play Carson Wentz? Oh, let's see what we got in him. And it costs you a first-round pick, especially if it's going to be a high, top 10 first-round pick. It makes a ton of sense. I get it. I understand why he did it. And this is actually the Colts going Malik Willis. Holy crap. I think this is a super cool idea. Malik Willis, top quarterback on his board, top quarterback on my board, top quarterback on a lot of people's boards. Some people got Matt Corral, and you got like this. You got a few that have like Carson Wentz, and then there's that degenerate bunch that loves Desmond Ridder. Degenerates, I swear, all of you. Let's keep this sucker rolling. Pick 8 is... He goes with DeMarvin Leal at 8, and he expresses so much love for him. And this is this part where I begin to think me and Tom Downey are like the same person. The way he talks about DeMarvin Leal, it's like how I talk about DeMarvin Leal. Like, I get it. He's in love. Because I'm in love. Dude's good. He's going to be a top interior prospect. A guy that is kind of positionless. You could start him from anywhere from 3-tech to outside the tackle. You like that versatility. The Falcons, if you can't get corner help, then yeah, why not get pass rush? Because their pass rush sucks. It's bad. It's real bad. So, yeah, I like this pick a lot, man. I like this pick a lot, dude. At this point, when I was watching this, I was fanboying for Tom Downey. I was like, golly, dude, because I didn't really get turned on. I was about to say I didn't get really turned on by him. I didn't really start actually viewing him a lot until last draft season. I was like, man, dude, it got me into chat sports. Not that I watch it a lot, really, just when they do draft stuff. But yeah, man, follow the dude on Twitter, man. He is fun. All right, what do you got? What do you got? I'm not going to be out here promoting your magic spoon. The New England Patriots. This is me and him differ a little bit here. Treylon Burks. After I got done fanboying, and I was like, Treylon Burks, yeah, he's had moments. I'll say that. He's had moments this year. But for a big, fast, physical guy that mainly plays in the slot for Arkansas, very limited route tree, expect him to be physical downfield, be this home run threat. He's like 0-7 at the contested catch point. Not great. I still believe a lot in the talent. I love it. I love it. I'm still going with Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave, here. So, yeah, I think those two are without a shadow of a doubt the top 2 receivers in this class right now as it stands. And at number 10, we're going corner to the Philadelphia Eagles, Kaiir Elam. Yeah, corner help makes a ton of sense. Elam is my second corner on the board, or corner off the board as well. So yeah, great. After we were kind of had a little disagreement here at 9, we become like-minded again at 10. There we go. Let's keep this rolling. All right. So he has the Miami Dolphins. Going Charles Cross. I will say this. He's a lot higher on Charles Cross than I am. I don't disagree too much from this, though. I get it. With any position of weakness, you keep throwing crap at the wall until you get it right. You use premium picks to do that. I always preach that with the corner class. So I would say do that with the Dolphins. Until you get offensive line right, keep using picks on it. At some point, though, it's like they need to bring in some veterans there because like they didn't experience on this line. It's really hampering this squad. They can't run the football efficiently. The pass protection is not great or good, but I understand with the upside, the athletic upside of Charles Cross is amazing. I said this before the season. I was comparing him, Zion Nelson. I thought Zion Nelson was a bit further along as a development, and then Zion Nelson this season kind of plateaued at that spot while we saw the development in Charles Cross. And I think a lot of that is because of true pass sets in that offense for Mississippi State. Mike Leach, air raid, like Cross, he's had to deal with a lot of one-on-ones. We saw that in 2020. It's the same case this year. The thing is, especially after the first game was kind of like, I kind of worried about his anchor, but he's been a lot more solid since then. So I'm getting a bit more behind Cross. This is probably still too early for me, but not too much early. I do agree. There's maybe one other guy, one tackle prospect. Well, I consider a tackle prospect I have higher. All right, let's move along to, this is the Jets, Drake Jackson. Okay, I understand this completely too. If they're not in love with Denzel Mims, they ain't going to give him playing time apparently, then yeah, go with the next receiver on the board, being Drake Jackson. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking Drake London. Oh, I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm going to let y'all witness me be a fool. I do love Drake London, though, and I do like Drake Jackson. We're seeing the high-end upside finally from Drake Jackson. I think he is like right. He's getting close to being right up there with like an Aiden Hutchinson, a Kingsley, an Egbari, who is still on the board, by the way. But Drake Jackson would be kind of like what I think Robert Saleh envisioned, like D Ford in his defense. So I kind of see that. Part of me maybe likes Kingsley a little bit better here, but I'm not gonna. It's kind of like nitpicking at this point. Like, I get it. Drake Jackson, his upside is phenomenal. Love the movement skills. Just love the athleticism there to the Jets. So what the Jets come out with Stanley and Drake Jackson. That's pretty solid. So hopefully we see Drake London. Didn't mean to drop the name and nothing happened, you know. Washington football team, Matt Corral. Yeah, for everybody, like their 1 and 2 is probably Corral and Willis. However you got them ranked, it's yet to be seen, I suppose. But Washington, they go quarterback. It makes a ton of sense. Taylor Heineke, probably not the future. Probably a good backup, though. Ryan Fitzmagic is just a bridge quarterback. Can't wait for him to come back. We've seen like all of like a quarter and a half of them with Washington. And that Washington team's struggling. They struggling. All right, let's take a look at this next pick. Steelers, Sam Howe. I don't know about y'all. Let me know in the comment section below. For me, Sam Howe's still a first-round pick. I think he's done extremely well considering the situation there at North Carolina. For some people, is he even a first-rounder? Yeah, the dude's got a rocket for an arm. He's starting to go through progressions now because he has to. I like that. I like that a lot because a lot of times his first option ain't always open. So now he's starting to have to go through progressions. It's great. It just sucks that the team around him, it really took the team around him not being that good and the offensive line kind of being bad to really, he has forced him to step his game up. It's just unfortunately, like a lot of people are like, well, the team's not succeeding. He's not elevating the team. Well, he can't do everything. He can't play defense. He can't play tackle. You can't go out there and catch passes. But he's been doing good in the run game. A little mobility. I think at the NFL level, we're not going to see him running the ball a lot. But I think he's got enough mobility to maneuver the pocket extremely well to extend plays. So I like that. Yeah, plus Steelers, Big Ben, probably out of there after this year. Need to start looking to the future. Speaking of looking to the future, next pick, George Karloftis going to the Vikings. I think, Kingsley Enagbare, that he's the next guy for me. I'm really high on him. I'm probably a lot higher on him than the rest of the draft community, but I feel like he's been overshadowed by Aiden Hutchinson. He's been just as, in my opinion, effective and destructive. But Karloftis, he kind of explains it like Hunter might be gone after next season. Everson Griffith's kind of stopgap, and there's no one else really stepping up there. I mean, you got like DJ Wonham, but he's more of for me, I think he's more a rotation guy. Who's the other cat? Patrick Jones. Let's be honest. Patrick Jones out of Pittsburgh. Let's be honest. I wasn't high on him last year. I ain't gonna be high on him until he becomes this Hall of Famer apparently. But Karloftis, I like that he's gonna be more of this, I think, early down edge that you kick to the interior, closer to third downs. So I like that. I like it a lot. All right, we're going with Andrew Booth to the Chiefs here at 16. I actually like Booth or even Sauce Ahmad Gardner at Cincinnati. I think one of those guys would be really good for the Chiefs. They like to do a lot of man coverage things. They need help. Really, they need help in the secondary. They need a pass rusher. That defense is among the worst in the league. They ain't that good. So Booth, who's been a bit down the last two games, not down, but man, we're starting to see a lot more flaws in his game. But I would still consider him like in the mix to be one of the like top corners taken, just based on like athletic skill set. Man, the dude's up there. All right, let's go to this next pick with Darian Canard out of Kentucky, straight up for Cincinnati. Nonetheless, he sees him more as an interior prospect, which is fine. You could even maybe give him a shot at right tackle. And I like what Downey said here. Let's not mince words here, man. Whether is he a tackle or is he a guard, he's a good football player. Wherever he plays for you, he's going to be a good football player. So even if it's at guard, which would be probably at that point opposite of Jackson Carman, or is it Carman Jackson? I can't even remember. The former Clemson tackle who's now playing on the interior there. Like, the guy's a good football player. He's kind of hard to project. Some people got him in the top 10. I think that's a bit much, but a bit hard to project because, I mean, you want to give him a shot at tackle. I want to give him a shot at left tackle, but I wouldn't mind playing him at right. So I like this pick here for the Bengals. Next pick, there's Drake London, not Drake Jackson. This feels like it would be Michael Thomas is out of New Orleans at this point because he's very similar to Michael Thomas. There's a big guy that doesn't really get ideal separation, but he's a good contested catcher, and he forces missed tackles like nobody's business. Very good route runner. I like Drake Jackson a lot. Kind of wild that, none of the Ohio State wide receivers have come off the board yet. I really like Chris Olave a lot for this Saints pick because I really think they could use a burner. I mean, Marquez Callaway's kind of been doing that, when Jameis is on. But, I think I'd go either way. There's finally Chris Olave, man, to Tennessee. I feel like I like this a little bit. Because, I mean, this is a different element. This is a guy you could kick into the slot. He is a burner for all intents and purposes. While you have, like, Julio's a very good contested catch guy. Very good with the ball in his hands. Much like A.J. Brown, too. Very good with the ball in his hands. So, Chris Olave is a bit different in that regard. So, adding that is kind of nice. I would probably want to add to the offensive line. I don't oppose. When you got Olave kind of falling down boards, I feel like just take the best player available, especially if it's a good player falling. Because I'd say Chris Olave is closer to that top 15 range, so it's not like he's fallen a lot. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Would it be what I do? Not necessarily, but I'm not opposed to it. And then, I jumped. Well, now we know the next pick. Where this out? Downey. There we go. Nicholas Petit-Frere going to the Broncos. He said he doesn't have a first-round grade on any quarterback at this point. He does not Carson Strong, and especially not Spencer Rattler. We could all probably share that sentiment. But Carson Strong, kind of fringe at this point. Like he showed out well, man. I like Strong, but is it too risque? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so. But yeah, I don't mind them going tackle to shore up the right side. And Nicholas Petit-Frere is a guy that with experience on both left tackle and right tackle. So yeah, he's gonna be a guy that's pretty high up on my board in terms of the tackle class. Just because after Evan Neal, it's really a toss up, you know. And then we could go to Sean Ryan going to the Panthers. And I like how he put this as, hey, he can play tackle. Maybe he plays guard. Some people think he's better suited to guard. I like Sean Ryan a ton. And that's kind of what the Panthers are in this perfect spot. We're like, okay, hopefully he can play tackle. If not, great. We have 2 guard spots that really need some dire help. We're getting a good look at Brady Christensen right now. So we'll see how that goes with Cam Irvin that's currently hurt. So yeah, we'll see. And then we got Kenyan Green. I don't know if I like the idea of the Giants double dipping on the interior. How good was that for the Falcons? Oh yeah, they hit on one. Who cares about Caleb McCurry? I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, okay, that begs the question, where else would I go? I think Kingsley and Egbari. Dude, I really think he's a top 15, maybe top 10 prospect. I'm really high on that cat. Pass rush, kind of an issue. So maybe I take him here. Kenyan Green, he's shown struggles. To be fair, Texas A&M, they're throwing him wherever they want. Not really helping him. Keep him at one position, one place on the offensive line, and let him get acclimated to that. Like, he played left tackle extremely well versus Alabama, so maybe they keep him there all year. They really should. I feel like it's really hurt his grade. All right, and I think this is where we finally see Kingsley and Egbari go off the board. And this is for the Browns. And he doesn't see Clowney coming back, which I think he really could. Clowney's been playing really good football, so I guess it depends how much Clowney wants. But yeah, then I would go in Egbari, dude. The dude's good. Really good. Very physical, very violent. Really matches what the Browns have been looking for there on the defensive line. And then we got Garrett Wilson being the 4th receiver. We don't see eye to eye on the top receivers in this class, apparently. But Detroit, they get a hell of a receiver in Garrett Wilson. And they came away with, Evan Neal. That's right. I thought they should have got Kyle Hamilton. Regardless, this is a really great pickup. Wilson, he has had drop issues early in the year, but it seems like he's kind of worked his way, worked those problems out. He's ironed them out, so to speak. So, yeah, it's good to see him playing well. Raiders, they go Akem Ekwonu Icky at NC State. This is the guy I'm talking about. I'm going to take a shot at and see if he could play a tackle. If not, you're getting a banger guard. Bruce Feldman made his freaks list, to which he said, hey, this guy's could be the Mekhi Becton of the interior class. I say still give this guy a shot at tackle and see what happens. Especially now with Leatherwood. They don't really know what they want to do with Leatherwood. So, you know what? Regardless, maybe Leatherwood works out at right tackle. Maybe you kick him to guard. Give Icky a chance. Maybe they both end up at guards, which is great. Now your guard spot's all A-okay. Or maybe Icky, or maybe Leatherwood works out and you have Icky on the interior. I think it's good. And it's great value here at 25 in my opinion. Baltimore Ravens, they go Jordan Davis. So I like this. The Ravens, they don't really have a lot of needs. I mean, they could add depth some places. Like, you could argue they could add depth in the secondary. They could add depth on their offensive line. I don't know if there's really a right tackle I'd take here. I'm trying to go through my head, but I can't really think of one that would really fit for the Ravens, not at this point without reaching. So Jordan Davis, man, I like Jordan Davis. This is the area I really like Jordan Davis near the end of the first round. Like I seen some mocks have him go top 10. I've seen some mocks have him go like 11, top 15. I'm not comfortable. Like he's an interior prospect that might have a little bit of pass rushing upside. He's a nose tackle that might have a little bit of pass rushing upside. Like I'm looking for more upside than that, but here late in the first round, I feel a lot better about taking that type of player, you know? I saw one place that had him ranked over DeMarvin Leal, and I was like, you stupid. And then maybe like 4 or 5 years down the line, maybe I look stupid for that comment. Who knows? That's the beautiful thing about the draft. Hopefully no one finds this video. All right. Who do you got? Jameson Williams. Man, I can't wait till my wide receiver rankings come out, dude, because I'm like this kid. I don't think he's first rounder, but even Downey was like, I don't really have him as a first rounder, but hey, you're the Packers. You're probably going to lose Devontae Adams because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be sticking around either. So you need to address the wide receiver position. They haven't really built up a competent number 2, let alone, especially if Adam walks, then you really have just not a good receiving core. So Williams, I really think I think he's looked better than Mechie, dude. This is a guy that he's a bit thin, but I think he handles physicality a heck of a lot better than Mechie. And he's had a nose for the big play, especially when it matters. I like this cat. Former Ohio State prospect. A lot of pedigree to this guy's name. Let's go to the next one. Jalen Waddlemeyer, dude. He picks for the Bucks. He didn't really know where to go. He's like, I'll just grab a guy. And he even said, like, I think maybe he just wanted to include a tight end on this mock draft because he was like, Jalen Waddlemeyer, he's a football player. And then just kept going. That was it. That was about all he said for the pick. Oh, man. Waddemeyer's not having a good year. Oh, man. At least a bulk of it. I didn't see how he really did against Alabama. But, yeah, maybe he went off. I don't know. I got to go back and watch that whole game completely. I really just watched defensive line, offensive line. And then Sauce, he goes to Buffalo. This is great value. I think Sauce is a top 15 pick. But, hey, you know what? Good players, they fall in the draft. It happens. Buffalo really getting. I think they really need at least competition for that cornerback 2 spot because it doesn't look like Dane Jackson's doing enough to challenge Levi Wallace's spot. So, yeah, just add some more depth there. I don't mind. Adam Anderson going to Dallas. I know some of y'all have been critical about me. They're like, oh, man, no, I think Randy Gregory is doing a fine job there, which he has. No hate. You got Tank DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank Lawrence. A lot of people think they might cut him. Dude's been one of the most productive football players, especially on this defense for a while. Just because he's banged up, I wouldn't let him go or anything. I don't know how his contract is right now, so I don't know if that's even a possibility. But I don't mind adding more pass rush. More pass rush can't hurt, especially if it allows them to do more creative things with like Micah Parsons and stuff. So let's really address the defense here. Let's add just more talent to it. I don't really care where, as long as it's not the linebacker position. I feel like they got a lot of linebackers in house. Even without Jalen Smith. And then 31 is Myjah Sanders. I kind of like this dude. I feel like he's playing because since he kind of has like this 4-3 or 3-3, whatever you want to call it, and he's kind of lining it up either inside or over top the tackle. There's sometimes where they'll kick him outside, so they use him in a variety of different ways. But I think I think you gotta have him outside the tackle, Y9, whatnot, to really take advantage of his skill set. He's explosive, great length. Let him go off the corner, go off the edge, man. I like him a lot, man. I like him a lot, and they could use some more pass rush next to Bosa. And then finally, he's got Trent McDuffie, which I think Trent McDuffie could go top 15 too. Going to the Cardinals, I kind of question the fit just because I feel like McDuffie's a better zone corner, like heavy zone. That's what I'm saying. Don't know if that exactly fits the Cardinals defense, but to be fair, like Byron Murphy, I didn't think would fit, and it's taken him a few years. But it looks like he's finally settled in to that starting role on the outside, and he's been looking good. Trent McDuffie, better prospect. Maybe he takes to it a lot better. I like this cat a lot. Kind of question maybe his physicality, but the guy mirrors extremely well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude's a great pick. He's definitely a top 5 corner. For the most part, it looks like a lot of people agree with the corners in this class, like who the top 5 are. It's just kind of a shuffle of where they're at. But that's it for the video, dude. Go show Chat Sports some love. And Tom Downey, dude. Send him my regards. Say, hey, Broshmo says, keep up the good work. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.